Hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkovic. We're going to take a minute and we're going to talk about a few tools that I think every household should have, especially if you're kind of a do-it-yourselfer. Now obviously there's a million tools out there, and I'm not doing a lot of tool videos, but these are a couple of them that I think are pretty phenomenal that you should have for pretty much everything. You know, they make life easy for a lot of things that we like to do on our own, and there are things that, some of it, everyday common stuff, other things not so common, but incredible tools for great prices. So I did pick a couple of them, not too many. What do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically 5 tools that I think every house should have mandatory. First one is going to be a drill, a cordless drill like this. Now there's a lot of great ones out there. I've had Black & Decker, I've had Ryobi, I've had Milwaukee, and I've had Porter Cable, or no, not Porter Cable. I've not had, that's my compressor. But I've had the other ones, and Black & Decker ones as well too back in the day. And I think I had a Skill, I might even still have a Skill, I think somewhere under here I got a Skill circular saw. It's still all that's left in that kit I bought. But point being, there's good ones out there. I'm not saying any of them are bad, but I have found that DeWalt obviously is top-notch stuff. Now, this particular set that I have here, right here, off camera, I bought this set about 10 years ago. I have 6 sets of batteries for them. I have the actual drill itself, and I have the impact driver here. Both of them are phenomenal. They've been great. I've been using them, like I said, I've built this workbench that we see here. Everything that I build on my own and every construction project I do around the house, I have basically used these. They've been used like you wouldn't believe. And they've been fantastic. They've been really good. Downside is, this one is really heavy. I still use it quite a bit because it does have a lot of power, but it is heavy. This one, not quite as heavy, works great, but also very heavy with the batteries are the weight of this thing. They're tremendously heavy batteries, but they've been fantastic for many, many years. And like I said, and there's been others that I bought to have in the house, that, you know, so I could keep these in my shop here, and so I would have one in the house. That's where the Milwaukee and the Ryobi one has come in, and neither one of them have lasted as long as these have. Both of those have died. These DeWalts are still going, like I said, after over 10 years for this set. Well, this came out and I wanted it really bad because this replaces both of these. Both of this impact driver and this, as far as I'm concerned. The impact is obviously great too. It is a nice extra tool, but this right here replaces all of that. And this weighs about 1/3 of what this does, even this. I mean, it's incredibly light, but you got that compact size, so you're nice and small in there size-wise. It's very similar to that impact driver as far as size goes, much lighter. And it's got that, you got a 20 volt versus here your 18 volt battery. And these lithium batteries are just so compact, and this has about the same power as I'm getting out of this one here. So, so as far as the setups go, this replaces both of these other two here that I had, and I paid a tremendous amount of money. I want to say I paid almost $400 for this set with the extra batteries and a charger at the time, where this one's like around $100, and it comes with 2 batteries and a charger, and that battery is so nice and compact. Yeah, this is a lot of output compared to those in a very small package. Technology changes, but this drill right here, this particular one, absolutely awesome drill. I've been using it now for about a month and a half, and I did a lot of projects with this thing, and I'm impressed. It is a 2-speed variable power, so you have the full power, the drill power on speed 2, or you have speed 1, which is slower, which you'll use for your impact stuff and when you're working with bolts. One of the things that's nice about it is, it'll take you to your regular quick release chuck, so you can put drill bits in there. You can put these in there, spin it right up, and you tighten it by hand. There is no key for this that you have to use. This one, same exact way. You just hold on to the end of that and it works fantastic. So this is definitely a great setup here. And you can put any bits you want to in it. I got bits right here to show you as an example, but it doesn't matter what, you can stick a bit right into the magnetic. I use a magnetic piece. There it is, right there, ready to go. See, you got a light on there too, which is really nice. But you can quick change out your bits if you want to go that way. You can run any other bit you want in there that you want to put in there. It doesn't matter what, there we go, what it is that you want to put in there. Quick change. There it is, done. Locked. Unlocked, done. Real sweet and easy. These are worth their weight in gold. These things right here. Okay, this is a bit for 1/4 inch sockets and a bit for 3/8 inch drive sockets. So you take this here, and to turn it into a nut driver like this, where you would change that out, and you could put same thing. I mean, literally the only difference between these is the chuck for the most part. I mean, you use them both very similar, but this one you would pop that in and set that right there, and then you could actually run 1/4 inch sockets on there, like that. Well, you can do the same exact thing with this one by putting this in there, and now you have 1/4 inch drive sockets that you can change on there anytime you want to. And then you can also run 3/8 drive sockets the same exact way, just like that. So now you have an impact driver, put this on speed 1, it's controllable and it works, and you have torque settings on here as well too, so if you don't want it to be too tight or over tighten something, you can set that to a torque setting, and when it gets to that, when it goes, it'll tighten until it gets there, and then it clutches. Okay, so if you want to tighten it only to number, like I'm on number 5, you can hit it, it'll spin, and when it gets to that tight, it'll stop spinning right there, and it clutches out for you. You have different settings on there for that, so it's a fantastic setup where you got solid drill mode. Great system, absolutely flawless system, cannot say enough good things about it, but this one tool has replaced both of these for me. I don't ever touch these anymore. Again, the weight of these things, I could work out with them. These things are huge, heavy, I mean they're high quality, lasted 10 years, but this little dude right here, this little bitty guy, just blows the doors off of those, and it's a lot cheaper. Got 2 batteries that come with it, a lot simpler to run. This is my new go-to. This thing is absolutely incredible, without fail. So that's one of them. I got a message on here. I'm going to turn that off just so I can still continue seeing you guys. Sorry. I may or may not edit that out. There we go. But that tool right here, this DeWalt tool, awesome. Just straight up awesome and dirt cheap as far as this stuff goes. I cannot believe how affordable these have gotten. So that's one that I highly recommend. I will put links for this stuff down below, especially for these components here for you. So you'll have this stuff down here, and you can find these, that 3/8 drive, 1/4 inch drive. They're not hard to find. You know, little magnetic bit holder is nice if you're changing from Phillips to regular on a regular basis. It's nice because you can have 2 different bits here, and you just take your bit, drop it in, and it's magnetic, holds it right in there. When you get done with that one, you pull that out, and you stick your other one in, and then you're set to go. So just sweet, simple, and easy with that driver on there to be able to, oh, I haven't got that set in there, right? There we go. So very simple, sweet, and easy to run. So there you go, that kind of how that works. Now, that's one tool, is that drill. Now, another thing here that I use all the time, I do not have an air compressor in my garage. I don't want an air compressor in my garage. Even the standing ones, they take up a lot of space. I have to hook up the hoses, take the hose, bring it around to what I want, turn the generator on. I mean, I've had them before. My other house just was a pain in the butt. I don't need a generator for a lot of things. Why would I? I have nut drivers right here that'll do all the little stuff I need. This is a gold mine, and it is very affordable. And there's a couple different brands out there. Mine, this one, believe it or not, is about 8 years old. I will give you a link to this one down below, and I will also give you a link to the one I would buy instead of this one, just because of the fact that now there's some other ones that have followed suit and came out. But this is a 3/4 inch drive impact socket. So when you plug this in, which is a lot easier to work with one of these than an air hose, and just plug it into your extension cord anywhere you want. But this thing here, he just screams. Forward and reverse, trigger speed, one way. Top one, reverse. That takes the nut off. Bottom one, sends it in forward. Take your, whatever you got for impact sockets, put it right on there like this. And there you go. Just an awesome tool. Just a fantastic tool. When you're all done, you just simply unplug it and put it away. And it's got a tremendous amount of power. But if you are changing, you know, rotating your tires, changing things on there, when I did my lift on my Jeep, this tool did all my suspension work for me, and just absolutely incredible, and it saved me so many hours of work of doing that lift and that whole suspension and replacing everything. Comes in very handy. I just when I want to rotate my tires, I don't have to pay somebody to do it. I can pull it in, jack it up. I don't have to worry about loosening the bolts when it's on the ground first. This thing just zip, 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 and pops them right off. And again, I don't have to deal with a compressor and maintenance on a compressor and all that stuff. And dirt cheap. price-wise. Dirt cheap. There'll be a link down below for it for 2 of them. This exact one if you want it, which has been very, very good to me. And there'll also be a link for the one I would buy today if I was buying a new one. So that 3/4 inch drive, absolutely awesome. Next one, a tool not many people, they don't understand what it is or the value of it. But this is an oscillating tool right here, okay? This thing is incredible. You plug it in, you're probably not gonna see it on the video, but when you plug this thing in and you run it and I turn it on, this thing is going to go back and forth. That's what it does. It goes back and forth like this. Okay, it's just spinning, it's going back and forth like this a bunch of times real fast. Now, where that's nice, this saw, I just use this one here. I mean, I've had this tool for a long time. There's a lot of things you can get a sander for it. You can get a bunch of different cut tools. You can get them for wood. You can get them for a lot of things. This one's metal. On my countertops, when I just replaced my counters, all of my counters were, the old ones, the way they were tiled in, they were nailed down through the top into the frame of all the counter, or my cabinets. And then the top was, had a brick ceramic put over top of that. To remove that countertop, I can't get to any of that. This was nice. I could turn that thing on and slide it right between here like that, zip, and cut right through all those nails. You know, just come in there, find a nail, zip, cut it. Next nail, zip, cut it. Next nail, zip, cut it. This thing is incredible. You want to change a socket or put a light fixture or a light socket in on through your drywall. You turn this thing on, cut it, done. Sweet, simple, and easy. So many tools for this. And this thing is literally like 20 something bucks. They're dirt cheap. I will put links below, but this tool here, I had never in a million years thought I would use this as much as I do, but the thing is incredible. When we built our playhouse that we built, that's now we use as a shed, but I built a playhouse for my kids. Maybe you've seen it in some of my shooting outside videos, possibly over there by my chicken coop. When I did my roofing, I used roofing nails for all the shingles when I roofed all those, so when I came in there, it was a 2-story cabin in there that we built, and you could see every one of these nails all over the place coming through that plywood. I took this thing up there and I pushed, you know, zip, 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 and I cut all those nails off, flush and easy. Thing is absolutely incredible, just a very versatile tool. Used it for all, you know, it's just awesome. We used it when we cut out, you know, when we had to replace our faucets and I had to cut a hole in the drywall. This thing here, put that oscillate, the round blade on there, just zip it right through and it cuts a perfect hole just like you, it's just incredible tool. Okay, just an incredible, awesome tool to have. It's so dirt cheap, and like I said, you don't know how valuable it is until you start, until you get one and you start seeing the benefits of using it. So that's another fantastic one. A Dremel is an incredible tool. It's worth its weight in gold. You don't need all this extra crap. Actually, I've had this Dremel for about 6 years, but all this other crap was actually when my brother and his wife, they had a Dremel also. That was in here. They bought all this crap for it, this whole kit set up with this, whatever this other stuff is. When they moved into their RV, they took their Dremel, but they didn't want this box and that kind of stuff because they were living in an RV. So they gave me the box. So I just throw mine in there. But this Dremel, absolutely incredible. Variable speed Dremel, so many different things that you can use this thing for. Especially when you have some of the other tools. But this has got you could vary low power all the way up, variable speed. I have a diamond bit cutoff wheel on here. Okay, that's a diamond, let me put it where you can see it. I'm trying to look at my laptop here. That diamond cutoff wheel that you see on there, awesome. This thing cuts through everything. It's just insane. I use it for all my Kydex holsters. I use it for so many different things. And it's just incredibly valuable. These things are nice too because then you can put a router bit on there and mount this on there and you can use it like a router and actually lay this right on there. That'll fit right inside. It won't with this on there, but you put that on there like that and then the router bit, you can actually run this and router things out. Just such a versatile tool. Everybody should have a Dremel. They've come down in price. They're not expensive. And again, the amount of tools and the things that you can do and buy with it and use with it are absolutely endless. And again, you don't need the fancy stuff. Buy a simple kit like this, which mine's about empty. You can see I have like very few parts left in this one. But you can buy, you know, all these different things. This is like, you know, 15, 20 bucks for this kind of stuff to have all those bits. So a Dremel, awesome tool, highly recommended. Every house should have a Dremel in it without fail. It's just used constantly. Now the last one I do want to mention is this guy right here. Many of you guys won't know what this is, some of you will, but this kind of goes in conjunction with the next one I want to show you. So I'm going to actually set this where I can turn your camera just a smidge here. So let me see here, because we're going to go over here like this. I'm going to put it where I can stand here and show you. Right there. All right. So when I come into here, yeah, you can see. All right, so basically, moving this crap out of the way, this right here is my 6-inch grinding wheel. This thing is incredible. Every house, again, especially if you're outdoorsman, this thing is very valuable, but I use this for so many different things. This grinder is probably pushing, I want to say it's pushing 12 or 13 years old, and it's never failed me. Works every single time I turn it on, and it works incredible. Now they do normally have guards on them and that kind of stuff, and if you want that, it's going to come with it. So you can have the shelf, the guards on them and all that. I took that stuff off a long time ago. But how I like to set mine up is I run a medium grit wheel on this side that I use for everything. And I actually have a buffing wheel on this side that I use for buffing. I can take that buffing wheel, take any of my compounds that I use, like a Jeweler's Rouge type buffing compound, and just run it right across this. Turn that on, let it get going, and there I go. And now I can buff anything I want to and polish with it. So it works fantastic. But now where this thing comes in handy, what this is a wheel dresser. I will put, again, a link down below for you, but what this is, let me get it where you can see it here, where the center of that is, right here. But these wheels that you see on here, they even out this grinding wheel. As you use this wheel on here, it will start to get indentions in it. It'll start to be kind of knuckle shaped like this with a hole trench in the middle, things of that nature, and then that wheel's ruined. If you can look at how small a size that wheel is versus this one, okay? If I center that out, look at the size difference of that wheel versus this wheel. Now they're actually the same exact size wheels. Okay, they're both 6-inch grinding wheels, medium grit. The difference being, this one has been worn down that much from use. I go through about one of these wheels about one every probably 3-4 months. They're dirt cheap to buy. But the beauty of this dressing tool is when that one starts to get wore down, I use this to actually bring it back to life. So when I take this, I put on safety glasses. When I turn that on, I put it on here and I just slide it back and forth across here, and it is going to grind that wheel down and change the profile of that back to flat. That's why you see that difference in size between this wheel and that wheel, is because of me fixing it and bringing it back to a nice flat surface. Having a flat surface is important. So you just turn it on, you just take this grinder right here like this, and you just run it across here like this. And now, that's it, and it's all it takes, no matter how deep it is. It's sweet and easy. But this tool right here, as you can see, it does not grind down the wheels that are on there. So they stay, I mean, they're pretty tough and durable. This thing's ground, probably 8 of these have been cleaned and prepped all the way down to next to nothing with this one simple tool. But it brings that back to a nice flat surface. So if you have a grinder, this thing is an absolute lifesaver, and I highly recommend it. Again, I don't know where you are on here. There we go. But that thing, I'll put links below for all this stuff. Dirt cheap things, but these are some of the items that I think you should have in your house. Everyday tools that everybody should own, that just basically are going to make life a lot easier. And everything on here, if you were to just buy all of this just for the heck of it, I'm guessing like ballpark, and I'm throwing numbers out there. This is you know, under 80, under 90 bucks. This is about 100 bucks. You're looking at like 25, 30 bucks. You're looking at like 50 bucks. You're looking at like, 18 bucks. I mean, there's not much money in this stuff here. I don't have a lot of stuff expensive wise, but the beauty is these particular items, they make everything that you have to do around the house so much easier. Lawnmower blades. On my riding lawnmower cakewalk, this thing spits them off like nothing to it. Everything I got to cut or do around the house, this thing will do. It's absolutely incredible. The drill, this thing, I mean, how many times do we use these things? I mean, every house has ones already. But when it's time for a new one, this one here is something I highly recommend. And if you're an outdoorsman like I am and you're doing any of that kind of stuff, that grinding wheel, sharpening my lawnmower blades, fixing things, changing things, I use that to make all my arrow inserts that you guys see, where I take and grind down the heads off on all my inserts that I make here. You can see this one, but see how that insert, right there, get it to focus. The insert on here, this has this brass end. Well, there was one on this side, that brass, that edge on there. It was, again, I'm trying to find you. But that edge was on there. I ground that off by taking it right here on that wheel and spinning it while it's on to make that work. I use that grinder so much, and it's just one of the most valuable tools I got. So there you have it, a couple tools that I think every household should have. I will put links down below for you. And like I said, I'm not doing a lot of these videos. There's so many millions of tools, and there's so many people out there that review them. But if I had to pick some that are kind of your normal everyday one, and then some of your off-the-wall ones that are so valuable and worth it, these would be my top picks. So thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.